Hello, welcome to the Angel News Network and our interviews with Michael, channeled by Jeff Fasano. I'm Joel Anastasi. Michael, I wanted to ask you a question concerning our last election here in the United States. President Obama has consistently been described by spiritual entities as being a force for good, working towards the unity of mankind. And we've also been told that there are higher vibration energies coming into the earth plane to help raise the consciousness of mankind. In our elections here in the United States, Mr. Obama's party got lost big time. And to some of us, the voices of separation have gotten stronger, which raises some questions with some of us about the spiritual direction of the United States. What would you tell us about the spiritual direction of the United States at this time from your perspective? Is our consciousness rising or is it regressing?
Is it, dear one? You see, dear one, as we have said to you many, many times before, it is about moving within the depth and breadth of your heart space and looking at what is transpiring outside of yourself in the third dimensional realm to see individually now, dear ones. Each and every one of you, is what is transpiring outside of yourself raising your resonance and vibration, raising your consciousness, raising your awareness, or is it doing just the opposite? It might be raising your awareness of your consciousness, raising your consciousness and the awareness that what is transpiring outside of yourself no longer resonates for you, or reduces the level of resonance and vibration within yourself. You see, dear ones, what is transpiring in your worldly plane, your third dimensional plane, dear one, is now about asking yourself the questions. What resonates and what vibrates for me outside of myself? What am I attached to outside of myself? Can I see outside of myself and clearly see outside of myself what is transpiring? The question now, dear one, for each and every one of you that inhabits your earthly third dimensional plane is looking outside of yourself and asking the question, does this still resonate or doesn't it resonate for me? See what is transpiring, dear one, in your third dimensional realm. There are forces in your vernacular where that is concerned, spiritual forces within the world of form outside of yourself. They're looking to shift and change that as you have become a force, a powerful force of affecting change. But it is not about changing the old world of form outside of yourself. It is about seeing that old world of form, asking yourself what resonates, what doesn't resonate, and then now looking at who you are, the depth of who you are, loving, honoring, and valuing who you are, looking at your talents and gifts, loving, honoring, and value your talents and gifts, and ask, if the old no longer works for me, and I can see outside of myself and determine for myself by seeing, as you have referenced, dear one, your past elections in your United States where that is concerned, looking and asking yourself, has that changed anything? Has anything actually changed outside of myself? Or is it a constant perpetuation of the old that no longer resonates for me, or may not resonate for me, or parts thereof no longer resonate? What needs to transpire now that I am seeing that certain parts of this no longer resonate? What is my part in it now? Can I now create something new within myself first by looking into the depth and breadth of my heart space at me, to see what no longer resonates? What new can I create as the new soul family can be formed in group? You see, dear one, what is transpiring in your third dimensional realm now, dear one, as you're moving towards your end of your year 2010, to the beginning of the final step towards your year of 2012, where the world of form, dear one, will begin to shift and change more dramatically in your third dimensional realm that you have ever seen before. It is up to each and every one of you to see your resonance and your vibration in relation to the third dimensional realm outside of you. Does that help you with your question, dear one?
Yes, it did. It does. You're telling us to take responsibility for ourselves, understand what resonates and doesn't resonate, and then decide what changes in collaboration with others can we make to move in the direction that we do resonate with.
Precisely, dear one. It begins with taking responsibility for yourself, for the old, dear one, the old powers that be in your vernacular, the old powers that be outside of yourself that says to you, I am here, follow me, I will take you to the promised land. Each individual, dear one, through their personal process, is individuating in that process from mom and dad. And what each individual now does within the depth and breadth of their wounds, their wounded heart, as it were, their wounded little child, as it were, is still perpetuating those wounds by looking outside of themselves at the mythical mom and dad figure to take them to the promised land. Come, follow me. I will take you to the promised land. So we ask each and every one of you, does that make sense to you any longer? Have your mythical leaders outside of yourself taking you to the promised land? Where have you, dear ones, eschewed your power to them? Given your power to them? Given your power away? By looking to others to fulfill your life. Is your life fulfilled within the depth and breadth of your heart space? So yes, dear one, it is about now taking responsibility for your life as an individuated adult and now making the necessary changes within you to create the new you and your new life. So you can release looking outside of yourself in the third dimensional realm for others to take care of that life for you. Do you see, dear one, that in essence is your old world of form. The form outside of yourself that says, I will take care of you. Are those in your governmental systems, in your corporate systems, taking care of you? That, dear one, is the question for you to ask. Does that help you with your question?
Yes, thank you very much, Michael.